Hi, I'm Victoria Day. I am a registered somatic movement therapist and educator, as well as a somatic-based licensed professional counselor located in mid-Missouri. I'm creating this video for some specific clients who have asked about support with this concept of diaphragmatic or belly breathing, but I'm obviously offering it as support for anyone who's interested in making this practice easier. Often when we do breath practice, it has a structure to it. We may count it. We may be trying to work to a certain choreography, for lack of a better word. And while these can be really helpful, they can feel really great, that is not what this video is about. Rather than imposing any sort of structure on yourself, I would like you, as the first part of helping yourself learn or practice diaphragmatic breathing, to simply consider the word allow. I am free to allow my breath to flow. Just notice what that feels like. And then just give yourself permission to notice that we often focus on breathing. We focus on the nose, the mouth, the lungs. And this can give us a false idea that the breath starts in one of those places. But the breath itself starts with the diaphragm. It starts with this muscle right underneath your rib basket. And I may add some videos into the description to give you a better idea if you've never looked at what the diaphragm is. So in this video, when I am saying here's the diaphragm, even though I'm holding it up here, I'm really talking about this space right here. Okay? The diaphragm, if this is the cavity underneath the heart, the lungs, the bottom of the rib basket, and this is the diaphragm, what causes us to breathe when we allow it to happen is that the diaphragm is a muscle that's moving. And I'm moving this muscle in the way that it moves with my breath. Now, in no way do I think the diaphragm moves this much, but it helps you to see. As the diaphragm pulls downward, it causes the lungs to pull the air through my nose into my lungs. As it pushes up, it causes the lungs to push the air out of my nose or mouth. And I suggest this, letting yourself close your mouth and letting the breath, the diaphragm, pull on the lungs. The lungs are pulling the air in through the nose by keeping the mouth shut to inflate the lungs. And then the diaphragm moves up to push against the lungs. So just let yourself shift your focus rather than thinking that you are pushing air in your nose, forcing your lungs to expand, or you are forcing yourself to exhale big and forcing it out. Just let yourself feel and allow the diaphragm to do its job. And you may find resistance, and that is okay. That's part of the process. So now here's the diaphragm. So let's say that as you inhale, you find some resistance. I urge you not to try to force more air in, but to actually invite yourself to see if you can just imagine that diaphragm softening the resistance, kind of like a sea creature on the sand, right? Rather than the sea creature doesn't go and try to push the sand down. The sea creature is like wiggle, 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 right? And you may need to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Right? Same way if now here's the diaphragm, but the resistance feels like up above, up in your rib basket as you exhale. Don't feel like you gotta go push it out really hard. Just allow. Wiggle, wiggle, soft, soft. So I'm just going to take the next couple of minutes to just invite you to breathe with me with this new idea. This idea of allowing the diaphragm to be what's creating the breath. And to notice any way you resist it and just let it go. And allow yourself to feel if you resist it. Is this because you're not actually accepting the support of your bones and of the floor, the chair? Are you trying to hang on to just simply being where you are? If you can accept that support, and you may even start to notice that it feels like you can feel that when the diaphragm moves, it is not moving in stasis. It is moving in relationship with the organs of your body, with the skin, with the muscles, with the bone. And as you breathe in, as the diaphragm invites you to bring breath into your body, rather than you breathing in, allowing the diaphragm to call the breath in and to push the breath out. What happens is your torso expands in the inhale, grows, shrinks on the exhale. And you may notice this up in your ribs, in your front body, in your back body. You may notice it in your belly, down in your pelvic floor. Again, just allowing, rather than trying to control the breath, trying to make the breath into something. See if you can invite your body, or the muscles of your torso, the diaphragm, the organs, the muscles of your back body. Just allow the diaphragm do its job of nourishing you and cleansing you of your toxins. So I would love to have your comments. If it's something, this is something that you would like to work on with individual support, please contact me. You can find out more about me at embodimentllc.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Embodiment Live Life More Fully. I invite you to read the resources that I provide in the YouTube video, because it'll explain other pieces of this. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.